Today we're talking all about decluttering our home and how this seemingly mundane process can transform into a profound healing journey that can reduce anxiety and feelings of hopelessness and really lead to a happier and much more fulfilling life. Now, if you're new here, my name's Nena. I help people declutter their minds and their homes using practical applications of psychology. And clutter is something that I struggled with monumentally for years. And when I finally began to address this issue, I found the process to be really powerful and healing in ways that I never could have expected. In fact, I have a whole video about my decluttering journey and everything that I learned along the way that I will go ahead and link down below. But today I want to focus on you and how you can use this process to transform your own life and why I really think that you should. Now, to even begin to talk about this, we have to start with the reality that clutter is more than just a physical mess. It's a reflection of our inner state, the accumulation of our unprocessed emotions, anxieties, and past experiences. So many of us hold on to objects out of guilt and obligation or the very real fear of letting go and moving on. And when we do this, it creates this chaotic environment that really mirrors all the turmoil that we are experiencing within, even when we don't have conscious awareness that that's what's happening. So in order to view decluttering as a form of self-healing, we really do need to make this connection. And one way we can do this is to simply walk around our home and see how our clutter is making us feel, and notice if there are any objects that are triggering negative emotions. Maybe something that bothers us from our childhood or a different phase in our life, or a gift from a past relationship, or unfinished projects, or an unused item that in our mind is representing our past failures and our unrealized dreams. And I know these objects can seem innocent, but they really do trap us in the past because they are constant reminders of these situations and experiences. We have to remember that we are no longer the person we were when these objects came into our life. So when we cling on to them and they no longer inspire something positive within us, they really can significantly hinder our ability to move forward. This can even happen sometimes when we surround ourselves with artifacts from the past that don't seem to have negative associations. And this is because clutter in general can be a manifestation of our anxieties and fears. And when this is the case, we'll hold on to things for a sense of security, even when they no longer serve us or really have any use. And unfortunately, this tendency really makes us focus a lot more on the past than the present, even though in reality, the now is the only place we are ever going to find happiness. And what so many of us don't realize is that decluttering isn't just about getting rid of stuff. It's about creating the space we need, both physically and emotionally, for growth and healing. By getting rid of the old and the things that are associated with an outdated version of ourselves that lived a completely different life, we make room for the new and for the things that bring us joy and fulfillment in the now, not for the person we were 5, 10, or even 20 years ago, the person we are at this moment and the person we are working to become. Just imagine for a second what it would be like to have a space that was free of clutter, a place where you could actually relax and reflect and recharge instead of constantly being barraged by negative emotions all the time. Think of how powerfully that could change your life. That is the power of decluttering. It is not about cleaning, that's just the surface. It is a journey towards peace and a more mindful way of living, and a journey away from all the things that keep us stuck and keep us from living our best life. So how do we embark on this decluttering journey? Well, to start, I do have a huge playlist on this topic designed to support you 100% of the way that I will go ahead and link down below so you will have that resource. But the key really is to just start. Box by box, shelf by shelf, and most people find it easiest to start small, especially if decluttering is something that tends to make us anxious. So instead of trying to tackle everything at once, just start by setting a timer for like 10 or 15 minutes a day and see what you can accomplish. Now, when I started my own decluttering journey, that's about all I could take. I really found the process very difficult at first. I did not want to part with anything. But after a few days, it's like something kind of clicked. All of a sudden, I saw the value in it. And I think I started to notice that I was feeling better. And at that time, I could declutter for hours. I could fill box after box after box, and it really felt kind of exciting. But please remember that everyone is different and everyone's going to have a different experience. It may take you more time, a lot more time, and that is fine. Just be self-compassionate and honor your own needs. Please know also that not only can we go at our own pace, but that we don't need to get rid of everything, and we shouldn't pressure ourselves to do so. Not everything is clutter, and not everything holds us back. Even when we're holding on to something because of a memory, sometimes that memory is positive and is actually helpful to us in our life. What we don't want, however, is to continue to live in a museum of the past or a cluttered home that constantly makes us feel anxious, depressed, and overwhelmed. So when we are going through everything, know that keeping some things from the past is going to be just fine. But when we're trying to hold on to a room full or a house full, it is going to have a significant and very negative impact on our life. So that is the balance that we want to try to achieve. Also, please remember to be kind to yourself. Never judge yourself for past choices, and always remember to celebrate your progress, even if it seems really small, because every single box you fill is a win. And if letting go of something is making you feel emotional, have a moment with that item and understand what it represents to you, even if it's painful, and then feel empowered that you are allowing yourself to move on. And as you continue to declutter, you will notice this shift inside of you. And that's because the physical act of letting go really is a powerful metaphor for releasing emotional baggage and negative thought patterns. And really, decluttering is a journey and not a destination. It's a continuous process of reevaluating and letting go. And as someone who's now on the other end of this, I can assure you that it is one of the most significant things that we can do to improve our life. So I truly wish you so much luck and love in this journey. I believe in you 100%. Please know it is possible. I'm living proof of that. And if you would, please keep me posted on your progress in the comments down below. It also helps to inspire other people who are also on a decluttering journey. I want to thank you so much for watching today, and I hope the rest of your day is extraordinary.